from the home screen, you see this e-commerce area, and you can click on this blue link. If you come up to this e-commerce drop down, you can see payment settings, and this link will take you to the same screen. So if I click on it, it's going to set up or take me to the cart and e-commerce settings area. So we're going to run through here. The first box that you see here is the payment settings area. So this is where you can choose the type of payment method that you want users or customers to come on and be able to process payment using on account, credit card, or pay on collection. In order to make the site e-commerce, you do need to make sure that credit card is checked as an option. You can check all three or just check one. It's up to you. The other area is this country, so you'll want to make sure that it's set to the correct country. And then you'll also want to choose your credit card provider. So we use PayPal or Authorize.net, so you will have to select and click in the radio button that applies to the payment provider that you have. Okay, so if you choose Authorize.net, this area down here will populate. The same thing goes with PayPal. If you choose PayPal, it will populate another box for PayPal information. So I've chosen Authorize.net, and then it's going to ask me for my login and my transaction key. This will be given to you from Authorize.net, so you'll want to key that information in there. Some of you might already have your Authorize.net or PayPal accounts, so we do ask that you gather that information and have it available because you will need to put it in this area. When your site was created, it will not bring over this payment details from your credit card provider because that is confidential information. So you will need to go into this area and re-enter your information. You'll also want to make sure I'm in a demo site, but you're definitely going to want to click on live. So you'll want to make sure that you select live here. And then the last area that you have is authorization or capture. If you select capture, what that allows you to do is any orders that are placed on your site will automatically go in to your payment card or your payment provider and be processed. It will not wait for you to have to look at them and then release those to be processed. Your old sites were authorization based, so that would require you to go into those orders and then release them one by one after you looked at them to that payment provider for them to process that credit card information. If it's set to capture, it will automatically do that, so it does take away that extra step. So once you've made your selections there, if I click on PayPal, I'll show you. If I click on PayPal, it has the payment details there. So you'll want to enter your PayPal email as well as your PayPal mode will need to be set to live for that to be a fully functional e-commerce site. And then you'll want to check and save your changes. So that's the first step that you need to do to make that site e-commerce. The next area, we'll go back to the home. The next area that you're going to want to go into is this e-commerce drop-down. And as I mentioned, payment centers settings will take you to that same area that we were just at. But we do want to come in and take a look at sales tax. So what you will need to do is go down here and select the states that tax is applicable. So you'll want to make sure that you go through here and check those states that you want to apply tax to those online orders. Now you have the ability to check all or uncheck all, or just check one by one as you go through here. Now if this entire franchisee website is tax exempt, you can check this box. Most of you will be selecting where tax is applicable, and then you'll save those changes. Okay? Now the other area that we want to take a look at in order to complete the e-commerce settings is products. You're going to come into products and you're going to go into categories. And what you're going to see on this page is all the different categories in which those products on your site fall into. But where we want you to go is this e-commerce tab. So if you click on this e-commerce tab, you'll see that these need to be checked in order to allow ordering on your website. So you will want to come in to this area and check those categories that you want to allow ordering. If you uncheck it, what it will basically do is upon checkout, it will tell you that you will need to call for information or place an inquiry. It's not going to allow you to place an actual order for that product because it falls into one of those categories that you've unchecked. So you definitely want to go through here and make sure those categories are checked that you want to allow customers to order on your website. And then again, always save your changes. So I'm going to come back to the home. So those are the areas that you're going to need to set up from an e-commerce standpoint. The other area that you're going to look at once your system is set up for e-commerce is you have two ways in order to view your orders or your inquiries. If you come back to this e-commerce tab, you can view your orders here. So anytime an order is placed on the website, not only in that management section you can check to make sure that you receive an email, but you can also come into the e-commerce drop down and select view orders. And this will allow you to view the orders that are been placed on your website. Now you can click on view to view the actual order and see that order detail. And this is where you can see all the different, again, this is kind of a demo site, but this is where you would see all the information. It's also where you can see the artwork that was maybe uploaded into that designer. So on this products tab, you can see that stock photo art, there was a charge. So you can export that artwork. So you can see and export that artwork. So you can choose the format that you want to export the artwork in, and then you can export that artwork to your computer. So this would be in that area. So you'd want to view orders and then hit view, and you can see that it will go ahead and export that artwork onto your computer so you can see that what needs to be processed on that banner or product. Okay, and then you can check back to all orders, and that'll take you back to all the orders that have been placed on the site. And then you can move through the orders, pages of orders here using the numbers of pages, next or last, previous. The other area that you can look at is inquiries. So if you want to take a look at all the inquiries that have been placed on your website, you can do that from the inquiries drop down. And right now I don't have any inquiries on this website, but you could view archived inquiries the same as you viewed those orders. So to view an actual order, it's under e-commerce, view orders, and then to view an inquiry, it's under inquiries, my inquiry. So that concludes kind of setting up the e-commerce area.